everybody. Welcome. I didn't turn on our intro. Might have to fix
I
that.
was like, is it MCU Monday or something?
No, I had it turned off for when we did the. Here we go. Here you go. Here's our intro. This will help. Yay! There we go. Now I feel like an official Thursday. I had it turned off for the Andor thing when we recorded Andor. Welcome. It's Thursday night. Welcome to Cantina Happy Hour. I am your host, David. Glad you're joined us. Pull up a stool, grab yourself a drink. Let's talk about some Star Wars. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
All right. And good. Beautiful day today. And then tomorrow we have tornado warning. So
see, I was wondering
tomorrow
about that.
and Saturday.
Yeah, because I was wondering about that. I'll be heading not your way, but I'm headed out of state tomorrow afternoon. So we were told that Saturday was going to be a pretty rough day weather-wise where we're headed. So
aren't you getting I heard 80-mile-an-hour winds is what I heard for Dallas.
Oh no, we're going to Birmingham. We're going to Alabama.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that.
We don't have anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
No rain in the foreseeable future. We're good. Just that's nice, pleasant 70-degree weather every day. Also with us tonight is Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Excited to look for Sarah Connor. So
well, she's right there to your.
Oh, that's right. There
your
she
left,
is.
right over
Good.
there. Yeah. Well, we're taking not a drastic turn, but we're talking about something other than just Star Wars tonight. We are talking about it is Women's History Month. So we are going to discuss the women involved in sci-fi, and this would be movies, TV shows. I think one of the big things that was brought up, especially with the Acolyte, was that there was not a lot of female involvement within sci-fi, and I think that most of us kind of disagree with that. That there was obviously a lot more. Hey, how you going?
Hey.
But there's obviously a lot more. We had talked about Bryce Dallas Howard being a director of many episodes of The Mandalorian. But again, through all of just sci-fi, fantasy, geeky stuff everywhere, there have been an amazing cast of women, and not all of them the damsel in distress. Oh, we need to rescue the Princess Leia. Since we're going to talk about Star Wars, Princess Leia was the furthest thing from a damsel in distress. She was the embodiment of a strong, powerful, you came in here, didn't you have a plan for getting out? She steals the blaster from Luke. What are you doing? Well, somebody's got to save our skins. So anyway, you had Princess Leia. Fine general. To me, she'll always be a princess. She'll always be royalty. But anyway, what are your thoughts? It doesn't have to be on Princess Leia. I don't care, whoever.
Oh, sorry, I was just doing my posting to let it know we were live, but that's all right. I kind of zoned out there for a second.
Oh. Women in sci-fi. Women in...
I'm just like one of my favorites.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, like Ellen Ripley right there. Easily one of my favorites. I mean, like, she's just cool. I mean, Alien and Aliens. I mean, when she's in that big tech suit that's like an Avatar, or I guess Avatar, it's like an Aliens, and she
one of the greatest lines in cinema history. I think that's
oh yeah, easily.
that's one of that. That's like a quoted one. You've got some of the stuff from I mean, you could take if you had a clip and it said like the one famous lines throughout. I mean, you would have The Godfather, Offer He Can't Refuse. Goodfellas. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. You have I Am Your Father from Star Wars, and Aliens. Get away from her, you bitch.
It just pumps you up. It just gets you good. You're just like, yeah.
Awesome. Amazing. Debbie?
Don't know. Nichelle. She was probably one of the first.
Michelle, hang on, I'll think of her last name in a minute.
Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always loved Buffy.
And see, Michelle Nichols. Now that's Uhura, right?
Mm-hmm.
The original one. See, that was because you're talking about in the 60s too. So not only was that a woman that was a lieutenant, she was in charge of things on the Enterprise. That was a woman of color. I mean, that was breaking a barrier and a glass ceiling all at the same time. That was something new and different, and that's why Star Trek was amazing, because it
made something that made the old guys go, whoa, 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 whoa,
whoa, whoa.
It's like, quiet, Grandpa, it's time for bed. What are you doing up watching Star Trek anyway?
But yeah, that was a great one. And now I can't think of her name again. Zoe
Saldana,
thank you. I was gonna go with Saldana. I was close. Who redid the role for the Star Trek reboot movies. And she crossed over into Marvel too, because she's doing
that's like the first sci-fi movie she did where she wasn't in CGI or like in makeup.
What was
Star Trek
Avatar.
Because Avatar was all
no,
CGI.
Our Avatar was all CGI,
and then Guardians
right.
was
Star Trek was the first one where she wasn't CGI.
I guess Guardians was after, but still, like, in the order I saw her in, Star Trek was the first one I saw her in where she was not. She was herself. That's what I mean.
Trinity is up there. I see Trinity behind you. Everybody likes.
I could do that
Trinity.
kick. I mean, come on.
Yeah, who couldn't? Except for
and slow motion too.
Except for the last three movies. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Cam is here.
You don't just guess those.
There he is.
Good evening.
Hi,
Cam.
How
are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. Sorry I was late. Had a couple of things I had to take care of in the house, but I'm here.
No worries.
He was like, quick, think of favorite women of sci-fi.
We're just talking about women.
Nicolas Cage.
Sure, why not? Oh, that would be a good one. Let's redo Face Off, but we'll do it with Jennifer Garner and Nicolas Cage, where they switch the role.
Why Jennifer Garner?
I know, why not? Sounds like a good pairing.
I suppose
I would go for that.
They've got roughly the same build, so it could work.
Jennifer. Oh, or we could go with
oh my god!
Hang on, I literally just had her name. Fifth Element, Mila Jovovich. Another woman of sci-fi, because she's like really, really skinny, and Nicolas Cage is a bit thicker, so it'd be interesting seeing how those two work together.
Or I mean, it could be Anya Taylor-Joy and Zendaya, because they're in everything now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Zendaya's doing Dune and the Spider-Man movies, and she's all over everywhere. I guess she was in that musical.
It's like she's everywhere. Everywhere.
Greatest Showman.
Yeah, she was in that musical that I didn't see.
Greatest Showman.
We forgot to talk about that on Sunday.
You know, that one movie that came out that one time. It was directed by that one guy.
Yeah, he had the hair and the nose. Yeah, I remember.
One of the movies of all time.
Yeah, it was a movie. It was a movie.
And you can find it on Tubi.
It's streaming everywhere.
For a second, I thought we were rhyming. I was gonna be like,
I know. I was like, we'll be here all week. So, you know.
Cam, do you happen to have a favorite mistress of sci-fi?
Well, I definitely do have a few. First and foremost would be Ellen Ripley.
Yep.
That was mine. So great minds.
Yeah.
Alike, you know.
Otherwise, I mean, there are some obvious choices like you know, Mia Jovovich in The Fifth Element.
She was also in all the video game movies, Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Oh well, those. Yeah, we don't talk about those.
I wasn't a fan so much of those, but she was in them, so sure, why not?
Katie Sackhoff is a really good one. You know, she wasn't just Bo-Katan, but she was also in
Battlestar
Galactica. Yes, my brain was thinking Stargate.
Bears,
I was like, that's not it.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
You gotta love them.
Yeah.
What about Ming-Na Wen?
So
she has Disney. She has the Disney trifecta. I think she's the only one that has the Disney trifecta at this point, with Star Wars, Marvel, and she was a Disney princess.
Yeah.
There's a couple several that have two, but I think she's the only one that's got.
I think she's the only one that's got the trilogy.
Yeah, well, she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I actually never watched that. So
we need to do a show on that one. Did we do a show on that one?
Either that or Agent Carter.
Oh, I think I'm busy.
I wouldn't mind either one. Oh, Agent Carter. Yeah, Peggy Carter. I mean, she's all over Marvel right now.
Yeah, until she got cut in half by her own shield.
That was in a different universe.
Yeah,
I loved how season 2 was just. It was just what if season 2 Agent Carter.
Yeah.
Or Captain Carter.
The Captain Carter story.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was gonna say I've got another one because I saw somebody on this one ask about it, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion because they didn't care so much for this female actor, Vivian Blair.
Who is she? The name doesn't ring a bell.
She
Princess Leia.
Little Leia.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was good.
Now, not a woman. I'll still go little girl. I mean, but still.
But
we'll
honestly,
categorize her as such.
Why didn't they like her?
She was good.
I don't know.
She was one of the best parts of the series.
I was going to say she was probably the best part. Well, no, she wasn't the best part of it because Ewan and Hayden.
So easily probably the second best part of the series, I would say.
I'm kind of surprised that a couple of Street Fighter characters are mentioned in there.
Chun-Li, yeah. Hey, sure, why not? Cammy, Zoe Washburn.
Oh yeah, Wanda and Natasha. Completely forgot about them.
Oh,
I don't know.
Can't forget. You got Wanda in there, but don't forget about. Oh, there it is, Natasha. Yeah, don't forget Natasha.
What is I'm blanking on her name. Karen Gillian. What's her character's name?
Nebula.
Nebula. Yeah, she's another one she's pretty cool.
She was also.
You know what? She's really good looking too. I mean, she doesn't look it, and obviously because she's blue and bald and everything, but she is a very good looking young lady.
She was also in Oculus one of the best horror movies of the 2010s, in my opinion, directed by Mike Flanagan, horror genius.
You could. What was that? Was it Amy Adams did that? Besides Superman, though, she did. What was
Arrival.
that one? Was that it?
Oh,
Was that it?
I love Arrival.
Yeah.
Yep,
that one was
directed
really
by Denis Villeneuve. Love that movie. Yes, Arrival's fantastic. It's based on a short story or a short novel called The Story of Your Life.
I'll have to check that one out then.
Now, this is going back a ways, but this recently just got back on my radar. Do any of you remember the show Angel?
With that was the Buffy spinoff, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, who starred in that? My brain keeps on thinking Kristen Crook, but that's not her.
No, Kristen Crook was in Smallville.
Charisma Carpenter.
Maybe.
She played Cornelia, the dark-haired girl, lady.
Oh, Garrett says Mulan is
Charisma
not a Disney
Carpenter.
princess.
Oh, why not? It falls into the Renaissance phase of Disney. It counts. I'm counting it.
Yeah. Well, when we say Disney princess, we mean like, the lead heroine of whatever Disney movie they're a part of. She doesn't have to be, specifically a princess.
Well, wasn't she in the live action version as well?
I'm not sure.
Yes, I think she was, but I think only briefly.
Oh,
I've only seen the live action version once, and that was like when it came out.
And funny enough, Kristen, what's her name, played Chun-Li too. And that god awful.
I know. God, I hate that movie.
I'm sorry if I'm bringing up bad movies or bad memories.
Oh God. Yeah,
I forgot about that one for a minute.
I watched that movie as a teenager because I thought, ooh, Street Fighter. I like Chun-Li, blah blah blah. God, it was so bad. It was so terrible.
It was awful. Never born a princess. She was a commoner. Never married royal.
We're not going by that.
Yeah.
That's what I said before. We don't mean
heroine.
she's specifically a princess or she's royal. She's just the lead female heroine of her respective Disney movie.
Now, what's her name? Actually pulled off Disney princess and Star Wars in one movie. Vivian Blair did, because she was Princess Leia, and it was a Disney property. So Disney princess and Star Wars all in
bringing
one,
up that age-old debate about whether or not
swoop.
Leia's a Disney princess.
She is. She is. She needs to have dolls right next to Belle and Ariel and Tiana.
Well, I'm sure if you go to Disney
don't see
World,
her
I'm sure
name.
they've got something.
I don't see her name on the list, so maybe not. And I'm not going to go watch the live action Mulan just to see.
Oof.
I've heard it's not that good.
It's all right.
Garrett asks, why isn't Princess Kida from Atlantis considered a Disney princess? Well, I feel like she is, but Disney just doesn't really acknowledge the existence of that movie anymore.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because it really was a good movie.
It was.
That's an underrated movie. That one and The Rescuer, that was part of the Disney Renaissance, and The Rescuers Down Under was part, and that one was severely underrated. I love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, who played Milo in Atlantis? Was it Michael J. Fox?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we all know the 4 major food groups.
Beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
Lettuce. What's lettuce? Cilantro.
Of course, we all know that movie was just a ripoff of Stargate, but whatever.
Oh, humbug. It
Oh,
kind of
it
was, but yeah.
There's no kind of. It really was. And just as much as the first Fast and the Furious movie was a ripoff of Point Break, except Point Break had Keanu in it. That made it infinitely better.
Yeah, I don't think I know anybody who actually likes Vin Diesel as an actor. They just like the movies he's in.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. My brother and my dad are both big fans of the Pitch Black movies.
I haven't watched those in a long time.
Or the Riddick movies.
Yeah.
So
supposedly they're coming out with another one.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, here's a bit of trivia. Now, somebody has once said, "Yep, there he is." Somebody has once said that we got our first ethnic princess with Tiana, the Princess and the Frog, Princess of Color.
No, we didn't.
With the princess, who was the first?
So the earliest that I can remember is Jasmine from Aladdin.
Gotta go back further than that even. And it's gonna blow your mind, and you'll probably think, "Oh, that's kind of a stretch," but no, it's not. It counts because it's the title's in the name. It was Princess Tiger Lily in Peter Pan.
Oh, okay.
Princess Tiger Lily. We're gonna go back to the Native Americans. So yes, go watch Peter Pan. Go watch Peter Pan. I don't care.
If you haven't seen Peter Pan, what have you been doing with your life?
I'm telling you. Now you'll get the thing at the front.
Debbie's never seen Peter Pan.
You never saw Peter Pan?
Not the animated, no.
Oh my God. Debbie,
I thought you were joking.
Debbie, I'm shocked and appalled. You've got Disney Plus, right? Go watch Peter Pan. It's only like an hour and a half. It's not that. You're a hermit. Go watch it. Put it on your list of things this weekend.
I love whenever Peter Pan imitates Captain Hook, in the cave, and he just goes, "Mr. Smith,
tell the crew to enjoy my best rum."
Tick, tock, tick.
And of course, so yes, Princess Tiger Lily, earliest Disney princess that I found anyway.
Gotcha.
So taking it back. But see, that's one of these things too, that a lot of these women that I'm bringing up, they're not, as I said, they're not really the damsel in distress. They are very much the how do I want to put this? Pull themselves up by their bootstraps, pick up the blaster, and
So, I mean, that's like Sarah Connor,
Well, now, see, and it took some, and again, great storytelling here, because Sarah Connor in the first movie very much was the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Now, she was told that she would grow into this big leader and everything.
And by the second movie, she's already.
You see it. Yeah, it's all over the place. And even in, I know we don't like to mention the other crap Terminator movies, but Genesis, even though that altered the timeline, you had Sarah Connor kicked back, and she was already, in 1984, she was ready to go.
Well, even in Dark Fate, even when she's older, she's still ready to go. Like when she sees the.
I saw Dark Fate. No. I saw it on the theater, like when it first came out, but I haven't seen it since then, so it's not anywhere near fresh on my mind. So that's one of those ones I'll have to revisit in the near future.
I'll never forgive them for how they opened that movie.
I don't even remember.
They killed little boy John Connor.
Oh, that's right.
You know, that like Terminator 2 ends and they celebrate their victory, and literally a couple minutes later, Arnold Schwarzenegger shows back up again with a shotgun, just. It's like, well, damn it.
I waited 20 years for that, or 30 years for that, however long it was.
I'm gonna have to find that one. I'll have to watch it again. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you could even. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, that the whole damsel in distress type of story, it certainly has its place among the pantheon of storytelling, but it's definitely kind of an outdated notion. If it's something like Taken, where you have this family member who's taken by this group of people and whatever, it works. But whenever you have a character who exists only to be, the damsel in distress for the hero to chase after, you have to work really hard to make that story one that you can really engage with.
Yeah, and they made 3 of those movies. At some point, you've just got to look back and say, well, he's just a terrible father.
Yeah. And somehow the way they filmed the action just got worse and worse with each one.
I saw the first one once, and that was more than enough. That's all I needed.
The first one's a good popcorn movie, but the last 2 are just like, you get nauseous with all the camera cuts.
Is Mad Max considered sci-fi? Like,
yeah.
Okay, because Furiosa would be another pick.
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh, well, yeah, there's Anya Taylor-Joy again.
Yeah.
But even Charlie Theron, or how do you say her last name?
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's great as Furiosa and Fury Road.
Oh, yeah. Fury Road is fantastic. I haven't seen Furiosa yet, but Fury Road was unbelievable. Like the practical effects in that were just unfreaking real.
I still haven't seen it.
It's so good.
And it's really sad because I love the Mad Max movies, but
dude, Fury Road and Furiosa are like, they do it justice.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny. Like it's up there with the original trilogy for Mad Max. Like,
so who took Mel Gibson's spot?
Tom Hardy.
Oh,
right. Yeah, it's not the same character though.
No,
it's not. It's not Max. Oh, lame.
So speaking of Charlize Theron, though, did any of you see the live-action version of Aeon Flux?
No,
never even heard of it.
So
that's based. I saw the animated one like eons ago.
Yeah, I see what you did there. But yeah, I mean the animated show was very avant-garde, sure, but it was a fun watch. And I remember as a kid, I had watched the live action version. That was actually the first version of Aeon Flux that I got introduced to. And at the time, I thought it was, oh my god, this movie is freaking like awesome. I think it's the coolest thing ever. And then I go back and I watch it as an adult. And I'm just like, oh god, why did I think this was good?
That's one.
Whoa! It looks like one of the movies. It looks like one of the movies ever made.
Yeah, it's that could be one of those movies that people can make Morbius type memes about, where it's like she looks at the camera and says, "It's Eon time."
Well, now Charlize Theron, she was, and correct me if I'm wrong, did anybody see the movie Species? I think she was the lead in that, wasn't she?
Oh, a long time ago, yeah. That was, I think, 2008.
Oh, yeah, so long ago.
Well, by my standards, being the, youngster that I am.
I think it was even...
What about me? That's like way before my
That's
time.
like a third of my life.
I was going to say, Species came out a long time before that even.
Did it?
I think so. For those of you that don't know, yeah. Oh, and it was Natasha Henstridge. Species is 1995.
Really? What?
So,
I'm not Splice. I'm thinking of Splice. That's why.
Oh. Species, for those that don't know, is it's about an alien that takes on a human woman's form, Natasha Henstridge in this case, and her sole purpose is to procreate.
Yeah.
Andrew, that means have sex.
What's that?
You should have told him to plug his ears. Come on.
Mom? What is that? Is that the birds and the bees?
Yep. Princess Vespa. Of course. We just talked about her a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of damsels in distress, hey, Andrew, you remember that one movie, Crawl?
Oh my gosh. We could never not bring that up. Jeez.
Every time I think about that movie now, I just laugh.
Actually, you could argue the real damsel in distress is the prince, the way he acts.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'm just being silly. How did he become the damsel in distress? Who knows? Who cares?
Well,
Oh,
why did the beast have to kidnap the princess?
How'd that old guy get there?
God, I couldn't.
How was that lady stuck with the spiders?
The old guy just happened to be her ex-lover or something similar. It's like, well, why is that the case? It works, right?
Yeah. We're asking too many questions. The show, the movie.
That's a movie that doesn't want you to ask questions.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a 3.5 minute montage of walking up a mountain.
God,
only to get a prop that's not used for the rest of the movie. Pretty much,
it was hilarious though.
Yeah,
and I've never seen such tight pants on a man before. It was almost like he was wearing yoga pants.
A guy passed out and he's breathing still, or he's presumed dead and he's still breathing.
Oh, very obviously still breathing. Oh yeah.
Oh my
gosh. Horrible.
It has its place.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. Nope. Species. What else did we have back in the 90s? What other good ones? You got Amy Smart. She's all over those Sharknado movies. Sorry. Luke decided to sit me down. We sat down once to watch he said, I want to watch one of these crappy sci-fi movies, like the movies that went straight to the Sci-Fi channel.
Yeah.
Sci-fi movies.
The $5 Walmart bin movies, you know?
No, they don't even put these things on DVD. They're strictly sci-fi. These are horrible. But we watched one called Trailer Park Shark with that had Amy. It had Amy
what a name.
Smart in it. Oh, it had Amy Smart. It also had the guy that played Mr. Belding was like the bad guy. And basically he was trying to flood the trailer park so that he could take it over. And of course he lived in the trailer park, but he was trying to take over so he was going to flood it so everybody would have to move. So he knocked down the levees and it flooded the trailer park. And of course the shark got caught in the trailer park and in the flood. And
it's on Tubi.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Go watch it. It's hilarious. Well,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let me see. I like the princess from the Felix the Cat movie. I never saw that one, actually.
I haven't seen Felix the Cat in a long time.
I know
that would have been early.
That was the a live action movie, wasn't it?
Was it? The one I remember was an animated one from probably the mid 70s.
Felix the Cat.
Felix the Cat's been around for he's been around for a minute.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the
Catwoman. We missed Catwoman.
Which one?
Oh, That's like saying we miss Madam Web.
No, not that movie, not that one. Yeah. But
how would you know you couldn't climb a wall if you never tried?
I don't think I even saw that movie.
Madam Web was so full of plot holes that it was stupid.
No, I'm not even talking about Madam Web. I'm still talking about Catwoman.
Oh,
Halle Berry.
Oh,
No, who played Catwoman? We had 2 or 3 of them in the Adam West series, and they were all good.
Eartha Kitt.
Yeah,
Eartha Kitt, yes, definitely.
Eartha,
and then Meredith.
And then we had Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Halle Berry. Then we had Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
And then we got who played her in the Batman?
Oh, Zoe Kravitz.
That's the one.
She was pretty good.
She was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked her.
I mean, I'll be 53 when the Batman Part 2 comes out, but still excited to see it. So
yeah, but by then, Robert Pattinson could play Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond.
You had Julie
or
Newmar.
The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, Julie Newmar. That's who I was thinking of. There was another one.
There was 3 of them though. I was gonna say, yeah, there was a 3rd one.
I was thinking there was another one named Meredith.
Burgess Meredith was the Penguin.
No,
maybe that's what.
Not quite Catwoman material.
Eartha Kitt.
I guess if you could try.
Oh man. Oh, see, that was so bad that made Debbie leave. She was like, "I'm done. I'm not even turning off my camera."
Baby, come back.
No, I left my phone in the bathroom.
I'm looking. There's a lot of. There was a lot of bad guys.
How about Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy?
That was horrible. That was awful. We see. Okay, so women in sci-fi. There's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones too. But Madam Web, horrible. Poison Ivy, live action Poison Ivy, horrible.
Although that whole movie was just for selling toys. I mean, it wasn't like they really.
And really, honestly, it was like
that was Batman and Robin. Sorry,
that was Batman and Robin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My mistake.
And I think they took that one to the point of to where that one was like the 1960s TV show, where it was just cheesy and bad puns. And
yeah, well, that actually makes the whole thing a bit easier to digest. If you think of Batman and Robin as not as a sequel to Batman Forever, but as a sequel to the Adam West Batman.
Yeah,
Lee Merriweather was the other one.
Lee Merriweather, yes, like I said, there's a whole lot of them in here.
I just remembered Jen Erso is a pretty cool female character.
How do we miss her?
How did you miss her, Dave?
I don't know.
Lacking.
I was remembering how much Cam loves Rogue One, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Jen Erso."
Oh yes. Rogue One. Let me tell you, I can't think of anything witty to say. I'm not a huge fan.
What about Rose McGowan?
Rose McGowan. What was she in? I know the name. Huh?
Charmed.
Okay. Wow,
Excellent.
that's going back a long ways.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I remember when Charmed was on in like roughly the same time spot as Friends.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, that's taking me back to like 3rd grade.
Because that's like Alyssa Milano too. You're gonna talk Charmed, and she was in that other good movie. And this is when Andrew, Cam, y'all are probably young for this one, but y'all probably missed this one. Embrace of the Vampire.
I know of it. I never watched it, but I know of it.
Yeah. That was a big one because that one was, those of us that grew up in that time, we all grew up loving Alyssa Milano's character in Who's the Boss. That was she was the cute girl in Who's the Boss. And then Embrace of the Vampire was kind of her, I'm 18 now, so I can do what I want movie.
Oh, so it sounds like Kirsten Stewart in Twilight.
No. No.
You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh my gosh. Oh, man. Oh,
I have no idea what that means, but okay.
that is
It
rough.
sounds-
You are very lucky.
If you watch the behind the
Twilight Breaking
scenes,
Dawn.
if you watch the behind the scenes of when she is like petting Jacob when he's like as like his werewolf, it's like I don't know how she did it. It's so awkward because he's there in like this gray suit and he's ducking like this, and she's just going like, it's so awkward to watch. It's like, oh my gosh.
Let me see. Slasher Fred, how you doing? He says,
Hey.
"Hey guys, speaking of Charmed in the original Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, there is a scene where there is a making of a Charmed episode, and you have the late Wes Craven directing it. Yeah, so many fun Easter eggs in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of Kevin Smith's movies.
As vulgar as that movie is, it really is kind of a love letter to Hollywood in general.
I thought it was great. I love all of I love Kevin Smith's movies as far as the
Clerks?
The Clerks saga, yes, where they all kind of tie together, but it's Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy and Dogma and Clerks 2 and Clerks 3 now. I haven't seen Clerks 3 yet. And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. And I mean, Zack and Miri was pretty good. It had some funny stuff in it. I'll have to tell you about it offline, but Zack and Miri was good. But like there was one he did called Jersey Girl that was, I think it had Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler, I think, was in it. That one was just like it was a rom-com. It was just kind of lame. And I haven't seen Tusk, but I heard it's pretty good.
Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
I don't know who's in that one. I've heard it's like it's like a horror movie apparently.
Yeah.
A comedy horror movie.
There's also the movie Daniel Radcliffe did where he's got the guns taped to his hands.
That's not Daniel Radcliffe. That's Tusk had the guy from Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah, that guy. The guy.
It also had Harley Quinn Smith.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
No, Kevin's daughter, Harley Quinn. Her name is Harley Quinn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he named his daughter Harley Quinn Smith.
Oh, okay.
But yes, Andrew, I know the movie you're talking about with Daniel Radcliffe, where he has the guns nailed to his hands. That's called Guns Akimbo.
Oh.
Now, did any of you see Tank Girl?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I might have.
It's a fun movie, Dave. Come on.
It was
Added to the list.
Fun. It was fun. The word you're looking for is
Trailer Park
fun.
Shark.
It was.
What about
it was a movie. It was a movie.
What about Laura Dern from Jurassic Park? Dr. Ellie?
Yeah.
She's a cool.
I still haven't seen the last Jurassic World movie, but I heard
You're not
she was in
missing
it.
much.
Yeah, the last Jurassic World was like it was two separate stories going on, and one story existed for the sole purpose of bringing back the old characters.
You know what? No Way Home came out, and they were like, "Quick, let's do that." You know.
Yeah.
Basically.
No Way Home, unfortunately, is kind of one of those movies that gets a little worse every time you watch it.
I saw your post about that, and I still.
Yeah. Well, because it's like I am so hyper aware when I watch it of the moments where the movie pauses to let the audience applause.
Oh,
And it's so it's off-putting when you're watching a
Is
movie.
it like a stain on a shirt? Once you notice it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's what as an event type of movie where you see it in the theaters and everyone's hooting and hollering and whatnot. Oh yeah, it's great. But watching it, just isolated, just focusing on it as a film, it doesn't hold up anymore.
it's like it works. It works for comedy movies because you want to have that pause there so they can laugh and hear the next joke that you've got.
Yeah.
But for an action movie, it's yeah,
Lacking.
It's like, oh, all right. It's like the tempo drops and then it picks back up.
Yeah.
So I get it. But yeah, and then once you've passed all the applause stuff, it's like, it's coming, so there's no need to applause anymore.
Yeah. I'm hoping Thunderbolts kind of breaks the formula.
I didn't realize how many great people were working on that movie behind the scenes.
But most of the people working on it are people from Studio A24, and so I'm just like, oh my god, is this Marvel's dive into artsy territory? Let's freaking do it.
Well, someone said the A in A24 stands for Avengers. So.
No, it stands for awesome. Thank you.
Stands for amazing.
Yeah, but and it's got but bringing it back to women's appreciation, it's got Florence Pugh, and she's one of my favorite actors working today.
I cannot believe I forgot about her.
Yeah, I mean, Midsummer is really good. She's been really great as Yelena Belova. She was really good as the princess in Dune Part 2, despite how little screen time she had. But
wait till Messiah.
Messiah is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Have not seen Dune 2 yet.
Oh, what? Come on!
What the heck?
Sorry.
Dave.
I'm sorry.
But you saw Trailer Park Shark. What is happening?
Where are your priorities here?
His watch list is like just a bunch of B comedy sci-fi movies.
I sat down and I watched Airplane last night. Does that help? Airplane
he
and Airplane
the Emu War instead of Dune Part 2. Like,
yes, the Emu War. That was.
Again, Dave, the word you're looking for is fun.
That was a movie, all right.
I don't think it's historically accurate.
Oh, no. Debbie, go watch the Emu War for me. Tell me what you think.
David said literally the only thing that's accurate is the name.
Yeah.
It has emus in it.
How did the emus get there? Who knows?
Well, I'm a big believer in the fact that it's like the bubonic plague. They just, one emu came over on a ship and bit somebody, and then that was it.
Like The Last of Us.
Yeah. Yes, I cannot wait to talk about that. I'll shamelessly plug that later.
Hey, The Last of Us. There you go.
What a great show.
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey is amazing.
Debbie, I'm so glad you're here. You know everybody's name. For when we can't remember it.
Yeah. But yes, The Last of Us was phenomenal. I was a little hesitant going into it just because I was like, adaptation of a video game that historically doesn't always work.
Never worked.
But I mean, Pedro Pascal, fantastic. The writing, fantastic. Bella Ramsey, fantastic. The creatures, fantastic. There really wasn't very much that I disliked about that show.
No. Yeah.
And people give Bella Ramsey flack for playing Ellie. I mean, mostly just because of how she looks. I mean, let's be real here. It has nothing to do with the performance, even though people try to make it seem like it is.
Well, and I'll just say this: I had never heard of The Last of Us or played any of the games, and I loved the season 1.
Yeah.
So that just tells you the quality is there.
Yeah.
And and Francis and Forbidden Planet. That movie was the inspiration to Star Trek.
I never saw Forbidden Planet.
Wow.
That's one of those ones where I know of it, and if I saw like the props and the robots or anything from it, I'd be like, oh, I know what that is. That's from Forbidden Planet. But I don't think I might have seen it a long time ago, but if I do, I don't remember.
Did any of you see Planet Terror? It's got that woman with the machine gun for a leg.
Yeah. Because that was released with there was two that were released together, right? That were it was Planet Terror and
I feel like it was one of the Kill Bill movies.
No, because it was.
This
like
came out in
It was
07.
like a Blumhouse double feature or something.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't remember what the other one was.
Wow, she literally has a gun for her leg.
Yeah, she does. and it was directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it was his. The movie was kind of his homage to like the old school, gore house flicks, and you can tell with. He added like the film graining in there, and it made it look super old school, like it was shot on 8mm. It's a good looking movie. It's not a great movie, but there's a lot of novelty value in having your main character be a woman with a machine gun for a leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire.
So you said Robert Rodriguez, and that just reminded me too, because we got Selma Hayek is in there too.
Yep.
Because she did.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's the one.
And she also had a small role in Marvel's Eternals, which my condolences to her.
We don't
Sir,
talk about that
no.
one.
That you know what? That's just the Mandela effect. Okay, you go watch.
The Marvel's Eternals. That they made a movie about that.
I could have sworn they made like a 4-part miniseries to it. To let you introduce the characters and
when did that happen?
They definitely didn't make a 2.5-hour movie on them. Like
it shouldn't. It should have been a 4-part miniseries because they introduced way too many characters at once, and the script really suffered for it. Like the whole movie was freaking exposition.
Because I liked the concept, but it was just like a headache on
too much
everything going on. I couldn't.
Too much.
It was like I couldn't care about the characters because I was like, well, why? Like, why am I supposed to, so, oh, well.
Andrew, do we have any fan questions this evening?
We do. We have 3, actually.
Wow.
Woo!
Our first one, are you ready? I assume you're ready.
Go for it.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Our first one comes from at the _fat Thor on X. He says, this may be silly, but always confused me why some people have British accents and others don't throughout the Star Wars galaxy. For example, Rey and Finn, both British actors, but Boyega has an American accent and can't think of any other British accent characters on Jakku.
Well, Boyega wasn't from Jakku.
Yeah, but Unkar Plutt had a British accent, just a bit more of a Cockney one.
Mm-hmm. I would say too that because you got to think of parentage as well, who are Rey's parents, not the Skywalkers, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's kind of like how Princess Leia has a British accent for like one line in A New Hope.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think that. In Hollywood in general, there's kind of this belief that if you have a British accent, you sound more sophisticated. So a lot of actors are kind of encouraged to lean into it. But I mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the actress who played Sloane Peterson, her name is Mia Sara. What the hell is her accent in that movie? Because she is full-blooded American. She doesn't have a foreign accent, but her voice keeps on switching between like half UK and half not.
How about Kevin Costner in Robin Hood? He was all over the place.
Or Keanu Reeves in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves You know what? If you want a good Keanu Reeves one, go watch Much Ado About Nothing. It's got Keanu Reeves. It's got Denzel Washington. Who else was in that? Brian Blessed was in that. Emma Thompson. I can't think of the other guy's name. Kenneth Branagh was in that as well.
My nemesis.
But seeing we always used to make fun of it in high school because we did that play in high school and it came out about the same time as the movie, and we used to always make fun of Keanu Reeves doing Shakespeare because we thought it was funny. Forsooth, what light through yonder window breaks? Because that's what we had was Ted. That's all we had Ted and Point Break. And I mean, you got the surfer thing in Point Break, so you know that we didn't have John Wick and all the other cool Keanu stuff. So we just had Ted.
Slasher Fred says another female character that I love is Amy Zlansky from Honey I Shrunk the Kids. What's so amazing about her character is she knows how to take charge. Definitely.
Love those movies.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I actually saw Honey We Shrunk Ourselves before I saw Shrunk the Kids.
I saw the first one. I saw part of the second one. Said, "All right, that's enough for me."
You didn't see Honey, I Blew Up the Kids?
No, It was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Oh yeah.
But after
I didn't even know Honey, We Blew Up the Baby. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, that was the sequel. That was the first sequel. And just you're okay. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Forget it ever existed.
The first one,
in Black Pen.
In my opinion, the first one was the only good one. So that was one of those ones where it was like they said, "Oh, hey, cash cow, let's make more." And it was like, stop. All right,
direct DVD quality for you.
What's our next one?
All right, we got two from Janae. Her first one is, what sci-fi show do you wish would come back?
Firefly.
I knew someone was going to say that. Yeah,
that's an easy one. Although I have my problems with Firefly, but mainly because it's a ship full of Han Solos. Han Solo implies one. You can't have a whole bunch of
It's not Han Duo.
Yeah.
Boom.
You know,
there was a show that only ran for one season, and it had Michael Chiklis in it. It was called now I can't even think. I think it was called The Perfect Family. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. But basically, it was him and his wife and his two kids, and his wife worked for like this pharmaceutical company. They had a plane crash, and they were there. Went to South America to go look for something that her pharmaceutical company was doing, and they crashed their plane into the Amazon rainforest. Well, they were dumping chemicals in the forest, and it gave them all superpowers. So basically, Michael Chiklis was strong. The mom was fast. The boy was like a super genius, and I forgot what the girl did, but it was, or No Ordinary Family. That was the name of it. No Ordinary Family. And but basically, it ended on a cliffhanger because somebody anyway, they were all superheroes, and
kind of like alphas.
Oh, yeah, it was just like, oh, come on! I wanted at least give me another season to close the loophole. Don't leave me hanging like that. That's horrible.
My pick's Resistance, so you know.
Debbie, you can punch him if you want to.
Why you little? So this isn't a sci-fi show. I mean, to be honest, I haven't. I'm trying to think, and I haven't seen too many sci-fi shows, which is a little strange to me. But this is actually a movie that I wish would get remade into a show. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I thought the movie was visually astonishing, but narratively not so much. I think it was based on a book or a comic or graphic novel or something, but it had so much potential and it got squandered. Dane DeHaan was one of the leads in that movie. I think he's a great actor. I loved him in Chronicle. I thought he was great in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, even though those movies aren't really the greatest. I want to see that movie get remade into a series, preferably with Luc Besson not being involved at all, because he's a weirdo.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Cam. I was like, I guess I haven't seen as many sci-fi shows as I thought I have that either are still active or I'm like they had a full circle ending. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm in with them. But
Debbie, did you have one?
No.
Oh.
Seriously, trying to think.
What's our next one?
All right. Her next question is, what's your favorite sci-fi show or movie? And what's your favorite female character in said show or movie?
So my favorite sci-fi movie is my favorite film of all time, which is Blade Runner 2049. My favorite character or female character in that movie is Joy, played by Ana de Armas.
Oh yeah.
And the reason she is my favorite character is she's an artificial,
as real as my girlfriend.
she's an artificial intelligence hologram who's meant to be like a companion for people, tells them what they want to hear, blah blah blah. There's a point in the movie where her character shifts and she starts to make her own decisions. She starts to gain some sense of awareness and a sense of self. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the moment that everybody remembers of her is, before her emulator is crushed, erasing her from existence, she tells Kay, "I love you." There's actually a deleted scene from that movie where she looks at where it takes place a while before that. She looks at Kay and she says, "I love you," and he says, "You don't have to say that," and she says, "I know." Which is another indicator of
Star Wars reference,
right? And she's that's another indicator that she's making her own decisions and she's kind of thinking for herself, which makes her death at her quote unquote death all that more tragic. And she was a great companion for Kay. She really helped him as far as his character growth and everything. And just a great character all around. Very, very well executed.
Once again, my answer has been stolen, and I could not add anything better to it than what has already been said. So,
damn it!
I will just ditto Cam. I would say the exact same thing, worded the exact same way.
It's hard for me to come up with a favorite movie. I don't know. That's a tough call for me. I like so many movies. I have such a huge.
I mean, Terminator 2 is up there with Blade Runner 2049 for me.
Kroll. He likes Kroll.
Oh, that's right,
about
Kroll. I don't even remember the princess's name from Kroll.
Princess Buttercup.
Oh,
I was actually thinking about that.
As you wish. I almost believed you for a second. I was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Wait a minute."
The Princess Bride. There you go.
Yeah.
I just thought of Lucy Lawless as Xena, warrior princess.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I mean, right now, Stranger Things is probably my favorite science fiction show. So I guess I would go with like 11 for my favorite female character. I mean, that's pretty.
I still haven't watched that one either.
Wow.
I haven't watched it either. I came across one YouTube short that showed Vecna killing somebody, and I watched that, and I think to myself, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Like that's gnarly,
dude. Season 4 pushed the TV 14 rating. Like I was shocked. Actually, they switched the show rating to mature.
Did they?
Yeah, right before season 5's coming out. So
well, that's actually a good thing though, because
Mhm.
as your audience, as your show goes on for several years, your audience is growing. So your
Mhm.
show
It's
therefore has
maturing,
to
yeah.
grow with the audience.
Well, think about it. The first season came out 9 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it was
Jeez.
2016.
I'm really behind
Egads.
there.
But the thing is, season 5, they've literally said is going to be like 8 movies. So that's one of the reasons why. Because season 4, the last episode was 2.5 hours.
Mm. Oh wow! Holy shit!
That's a literal movie.
Holy shit!
but, but it's great. Like, you don't even feel like it's just, I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. So,
All right. I'll put it
if
on
you
my
can
list.
watch Trailer Park Shark, you can watch Stranger Things
Yeah,
and
listen,
Emu
and the
War.
Ebu War.
he's gonna put it on his list just under Dune Part 2. Who knows what's above that though?
There's a lot of stuff above that. I gotta
And you
finish
know, if
Game
it's
of
below
Thrones
Dune
at some
Part 2,
point,
it ain't getting watched.
He said he still has to get through Velocipaster.
I've got to watch Sharknado versus Sharktopus.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Can't
Debbie.
take
Do you
it
have
no more.
a favorite?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Oh, what's our next question? Got
That
one
was
more?
actually the final.
That was it.
Okay.
Shameless plugs. What do we got tonight, Debbie?
Tomorrow night I'll be over on the Geek and I podcast doing Star Trek, Errand of Mercy. Saturday is the Geek Gauntlet. I'll let you do Sunday, Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Monday we'll be back. Well,
Monday
hopefully,
is hopefully. Fingers
I
crossed.
mean, Andrew and I could handle it.
I want to be there though because that was a good episode.
So Monday's iffy. Tuesday
can
I'll
call
be
it.
over on. Tuesday is the Sith Dominion. I don't pop in until after Daredevil. Wednesday War of the Stars, and then we'll be back Thursday.
Awesome. Cam, shameless plugs.
This coming Sunday over on my Cam and Focus channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing another episode of Cam and Focus Weekly, wherein we are discussing the Emu War. If you guys had watched last week, we kind of talked about that a bit and made fun of it a little bit, and we kind of went through the Wikipedia article about it and laughing at the ridiculousness of the entire situation based on real events. This happened back in 1931, 1932.
32.
How do you lose? I don't understand.
Australia's entire military lost to a flock of emus. But they made a movie about it as well as a stage play. But we're going to be talking about the movie mostly.
Should have
Definitely
talked
not
about the stage play last week.
Yeah, definitely not a historically accurate movie, but well, we're gonna dive into it. It's gonna be a great time, lots of laughs, I'm sure. So that's gonna be this Sunday over at Cam and Focus at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard.
The 1 week I'm not sick, and it's the Emu War. Are you kidding me?
Andrew, do you have any shameless plugs?
I do, but I didn't know if you wanted to say it this time.
Go for it.
All right. So at the last weekend of May, David and I will be going to Fan Expo Dallas, which is going to be a lot of fun. First ever expo / convention for me, so I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be hopefully a lot of fun. David's going to have a bunch of free stuff on him. All you got to do is walk up and say free stuff, and he'll be like, "Sure."
No, we'll come up.
We'll
with
have
a
a code word.
like
Yeah.
Scruffy Nerf Herder.
And you'll probably be going live on Facebook, right?
Oh,
Occasionally. Okay.
we'll be doing some live stuff
So-
from there.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And so you may run into us if you're in the Dallas area.
Yeah,
Or you may turn around and go in the other direction. You may go,
yeah.
Yeah,
Who
I'll
knows?
take a cab over.
I'll get an Uber.
Yeah.
No big deal.
So, and how did we get there? Who knows?
The doors opened, and then there we were.
Yeah.
Right.
God
I
damn
love
it.
doing that. It's my favorite thing.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. You guys have a great weekend, great rest of your week. We will see all of you next week. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications so you know when we do go live. We'll see all of you next week right here on Cantina Happy Hour. May the force be with you all.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand. Yeah.